But I tell you what, every business I've come across and every customer, they're excited about the future.
Yeah.
You know, they're excited of the change in momentum of, you know, really, you know, to me, it's the working people have just been, you know, mowed over the last 4 years.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So looking ahead at 25, because we're in December 24, there's a lot of things to be excited about, I think, as opposed to, there's a lot of things that have happened from the last 4 years. It's crazy thing COVID was 4 years ago. But I'm curious to see, you know, what you're bullish on next year. You know, Bitcoin's back up.
I know.
I'm happy about that.
It's still over 100,000, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 102 or something like that. I don't follow it that closely, but the fanboys are happy. You know,
yeah.
But anyways,
I gotta see where it's at.
That's
now.
funny. Here's my thing. I think what I'm seeing
104.
It's continuing to go up.
104 right now. Yeah.
What I see happening, I've talked to two people that run companies in the last week that have said they're both creating essentially one calls it a AI clone of their thinking in their models and frameworks and whatever. They're really more in consulting space, and one as almost like a programmatic AI tool that they have a sort of a SaaS product that people can engage with, but this tool would be almost like a support to that, where people can
see. That's what I like. Where, you know, I think AI is going to be huge for the doers. You know, the paperwork. Yeah. That's where it's going to enhance you, because I don't know about you. Everybody that I've seen is using AI in regards to marketing, like in LinkedIn. Like, I've completely turned LinkedIn off from my perspective of, you know, anything, because every message is regurgitated, you know, bots. So I can't believe people are using AI to that when it can be an extension of yourself, of, you know, so that's where I'm excited.
It's like, AI is great. It gets a bad name by all the people who just murder it, right? How are we going to use it productively?
It's funny. Yeah. The people that are excited about it are the ones that are, you know, actually, I think productive people.
Right.
They want to put substance. They're like, no, I'll learn something new. You know, it's not. I
see the benefit of AI in the foreground is adopting it internally to private data in your company. Yeah. That's where I see the benefit.
I'm thinking I don't have to wait on that person to respond to my email to get me that information. I just ask AI for it.
Yep. I mean, yeah. And how, if you look at that example, how awesome is that for you? How awesome is that for them? That means less emails, less meetings, less a lot of stuff that no one wants to do.
More focus on relationships.
Less distraction, more focus on making what you do more valuable to your customer.
It needs to me, you need to utilize AI so it makes you have better human relationships. Don't use it to the opposite side to hide yourself.
Yeah. So while I think there's merit in what they're talking about doing, I think the actual most productive play, in my opinion, is bringing it internally to your private data and utilizing it, learning it, understanding how to fully use that tool. And then, from what you've learned there, push it one level out external, which would be support, instead of starting with support or starting with marketing. Like, that's way out there. That's the way I think about it. Once you start internal, start small, test, experiment, and get lots of great use.
I mean, it should
for probably cheap dollars.
It should enhance startups so much to where then you've just got a few, you know, mindset startup. It should save you enormous amount of costs on your ideas.
Yeah. And then push it out and say, like Surety Bank. Surety Bank, your brand is your team. Your brand is your excellent customer service.
Yeah.
Period. Okay. Let's train our AI on us internally while we are using it productively to get better systematically and logistically and all the things. And then we're going to take a version of that that's been positioned to take our excellent team to the first tier of, now we want to make an AI version of our team that's been trained by our team, actions to our customers. So now our customers totally have access to our team, but they could ask simple, stupid, easy questions that they don't want to call. They don't want to, they don't want to Google. They don't want to do all the stuff. They can come to the Surety AI person, bot. Now that's where I see it can be productive on the outside as a first layer. Beyond that, I don't know. I think marketers and salespeople, all they want to do is
overuse the crap.
They want to hack shortcuts. Yeah. That's just that culture, and virtually all of it doesn't work.
But I tell you what, every business that I've come across and every customer, they're excited about the future.
Yeah.
They're excited of the change in momentum of, really, to me, it's the working people have just been, mowed over the last 4 years.
Oh yeah. Yep.
100%. So
now they feel like they have a voice again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we gotta, small businesses, and I think that term's used way too loosely, but I mean, just independent businesses. We need to get away from having, the private equities manage everything. We need, we need a lot of major small companies everywhere throughout the U.S.
Yeah.
We need
100%.
We need thousands of companies that have sales between 5 and 10 million a year, into that range. Not where it's,
that's the fabric.
Where we've got a ton of $1 million a year companies and then you're trillion. No. And we need the fabric.
And not all of those are straw man companies who don't have any value in the market.
Correct.
We need people who are manufacturing stuff. We need people who are service, like really actually having service that they're delivering. There's a small place in the market for that.
I think there's so much opportunity for people that say, I'll do that and I'll follow through.
Yeah.
That's where I see.
Also, what I'm really excited about, just from my vantage point, is what they're calling the silver tsunami. Have you heard of this term?
Mm-mm.
It's, the marketers come up with terms, right? Yeah. It's for all the boomers that are leaving the
workforce.
They're leaving their businesses with no successors, and so they're trying to sell their business. So you have all these businesses that are currently for sale, and more every day becoming for sale. That is very interesting and very opportunistic for lots of people.
Yeah,
lots of the market's going to shift.
I hope that have got people lined up to continue and expand their enterprise.
There's going to be a lot of businesses that close because there's no one to take it over, and they can't. For one reason or another, they can't sell it, or don't want to sell it, or whatever.
There's a lot of reasons. Yeah.
But I'm seeing a trend with MBAs and, you're just kind of call them MBAs, coming out of school and getting it sucked into this ecosystem of searching and buying a business instead of going to work as a consultant and doing the natural path. So I think that's cool because we don't need any more consultants.
That's great, because that I want is like private equity buying them all up and then just putting that that MBA guy at that location.
Yeah. However,
the MBA own it, not
a lot of the MBAs need to talk to a lot of people who are listening to this, because a lot of people listen to this and be like, yeah, okay, you got a hard educational curve owning a business.
Absolutely.
But that's cool because I see this tsunami of effect changing the market. It may not be seen. I think it'd be pretty invisible. But market in terms of buyers, sellers, investors, M&A. I think a lot of that, you're going to still have a lot of private equity, obviously, but I think that it's going to shift and change in terms of who's getting involved in what capacity, and that's exciting.
Look, I'm excited. What we need is manufacturing back in the United States. We need,
yes, 100%.
We can't depend on. So manufacturing's gonna need workers.
Yep. And you've got businesses closing, you got businesses opening. I think just sort of like I don't know. I mean, it maps the birth rate because we're talking about boomers primarily, but it's sort of like the birth rate in that you got to have healthy birth rates in order to have healthy death rates and, populations and stuff like that. But from the business ecosystem, it's going to be exciting to see. I guess what I'm saying is this has been coming, and it's come on. It started probably 5 years ago, maybe truly. But next year is sort of like the year that it's really taking force. and you're really going to start to see people leaving their.
Yeah, I just
market.
want to see the right people. When I say the right people, the people that are actually putting forth the effort, the people that are starting companies and selling it, the people that wake up every day that they're working.
Yeah,
you know, I want them.
Yeah.
To succeed and have that ability. And I believe now it's finally getting that. It's like we're rewarding everybody that is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I see a shift there.
And
I mean, even when a lot of people were getting so-called rewarded for not working, that's nuanced. There are still a ton of people out there doing what we're saying. I just think it's shifting now.
It is,
and that's exciting. It's exciting to know you're going to go to work every day, and like there's a lot of people going to work today.
Yeah, and you should have pride on your work.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
So that's what I see in the future. I don't see a lot of other than the specific AI application I mentioned. I don't see a lot of other tech unless I'm just missing something that rolling around my brain, but I don't see a lot of other things other than that we're already currently going on that are going to pop up or be bigger players. But who knows? 3 months from now, we could be dealing with another pandemic and a completely different new currency. I mean,
I think everybody can deal with that one in a different way than they did last time, though.
That's right. So I think I'm bullish for 25 on a lot of levels. How about you?
Yeah, extremely. It's going to be a good year, and I think we'll have many good years heading forward. You know,
I think so.
We've got the availability. We've got the. I mean, when I've seen around our businesses, there's desire there too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think America's back.
Let's do it.
All right.